All right, what's going on, everybody? We are back for another episode of the House Podcast. Again, I am one of the hosts and the founder of the Handler Zimmerman team over at Exit Realty Premier in Massapequa. And what do I got to say about this market? I mean, everyone's probably saying the exact same thing. It's absolutely bananas, and literally, it's impossible to get an offer accepted. When's it going to change? Nobody knows. But again, you just got to keep fighting out there. If you have any real estate related questions, feel free to reach out to us anytime. We'd be more than happy to lend a hand. 516-732-6398. Any questions, concerns about the market, looking to buy or sell, whatever it is, give us a call. We'll give you an idea on what we're thinking. But today, it's more for the realtors, in my opinion. I found this gentleman on social media where I feel everybody is these days. And I feel if you're not on social media as a realtor, you're doing yourself and your clients a total disservice. So when I saw this gentleman, he's actually from New Jersey. I would say he's a brand ambassador. He absolutely kills the social media game. He's on it 24/7, which I feel you have to be. So it really drew me into him. I believe is now he's training he trains social media, how to build your brand, which I think everybody should be doing. So without further ado, Ed Stulak, all the way from Jersey.
What's up? Thanks for having me
Going
on.
man? How's everything?
Beautiful, beautiful. Life is beautiful.
Life is good. So let's jump right into it. So for myself included, give us a little background of Ed before he got into real estate and just a little bit about yourself.
For sure. So again, my name is Ed Stulak. I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of New Jersey, but my true passion is teaching and training realtors worldwide on the importance of social media and personal branding. So before all this fun jazz, I was into music. I was into hockey. I was a college student studying pre-med and all this fun jazz that you hear the society talking about that is the normal of today's world, or what used to be, in my perspective. So that's what I was doing. I was pursuing hockey. I was playing. That was my full-time job. I went to school to Penn State. I played hockey. I was studying pre-med. Both things which were fun to, I guess, do, but knowing in the long run that wasn't what I really wanted to do. And then I failed, and then I got injured. So life was just saying, set sails a different way, dude. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So I did, and that's when I discovered music. I loved the concept of what music was, EDM specifically, electronic dance, DJing, production, and that was just so intriguing to me, and I love it. And I'm European, so that stuff is just instilled in my veins, you know? So I love that. And that's what I pursued for a little bit until I realized that DJs and music producers, musicians, these guys need to be on social media. So that was the time when I kind of dabbled with social media for the first time, when I was helping out this DJ duo called Radio Smash, and I was helping them out with their social media because they were not doing it good. So I was like, let me take that role for you guys. I'll play with it. Until I did, and I realized this, and then this trick, and then that trick, and this helped them get more exposure, and I helped them get a sponsorship, then I helped them get advertisement. I'm thinking, this is cool. So until I realized this stuff is not making money, let me try something else. So I created my own marketing and branding agency at that point, helping others do social media stuff. Until I realized that doesn't make money. So I was like, okay, on to the next thing. And I worked with influencers and celebrities, helping them out, thinking, all right, now I'm in like the prime where money is, celebrities, fame, this and that. I'm thinking, this got to be it. Until I realized that doesn't make me money. And I'm like, okay, what the hell, man? So that's when I dove into real estate. I said, let me dress nice because I love dressing up. And I like the concept of houses, I guess. I don't know. But I see people making money in it. Let me become a realtor. Until I realized realtors suck at social media. And I said, okay, let me teach realtors how to do it. And that's kind of the story behind the scenes of where it came from, what the past decade really looked like in a very quick nutshell.
So I would say, what interested you into getting into real estate in the first place, when you were just being like, oh, what can I make money doing? And it was real estate was the answer, or?
It was mostly that. Yeah, I realized that you can make good money in real estate. You don't need a degree. You don't need college.
Yep.
You don't need anything crazy different. And I'm a person that when I pick something up, I play with it for a little bit and then I put it down. I'm like a little kid. I don't know why. but it's just one of those things. I pick it up, I play with it, nice, awesome, put it down, try to find the next toy. But for some reason, real estate, I've been doing it now for about 6 years. I'm entering my 6th year now. It was like the longest I've been doing something consistently ever since my hockey days. So it's intriguing. But really what got me was the money you can make, the real estate that you can sell, the fact that you can dress up, look nice. I like that stuff. And you can build your own brand, have your own business. Those are the really things that intrigue me most.
Sorry, we had a microphone malfunction. Off the desk. So I'm like, all right, we'll skip that.
I dig it. We improvise.
So when you got into real estate, how long now have you been doing real estate for?
Just over 5 years. So entering hopefully my 6th soon, I believe.
When you started, were you part-time, or did you really dive in and that was like your full-time? I know people say, oh, it's never really part-time anyway, but they're having another job. But were you straightforward? You went head first in, no other job, no nothing, and just went full-time real estate?
I was around 21 years old when I did so, and I was still living at home. I was still figuring things out. So I had the opportunity to go ahead and test it out to see if I can do it. So I did it full-time. I never played with it part-time just because I understood that now is the time for me to really experiment and try this thing out. And most people, from what I've been hearing, my coaches, mentors, these entrepreneurs saying, it's not a part-time gig. You do it full-time or not. So I'm like, okay, let me try full-time.
So speaking of like mentors and stuff like that, when you first started, did you look up to somebody right away? Did you kind of just go around and try to figure out your own route? Or did you kind of decide, all right, it's time to get a mentor or a coach right from the beginning and help me really, go on the upswing?
Dove into it just head first. Didn't know what to expect. Didn't know how to do it. But I just played a lot with my logic, my common sense. So I didn't really have a mentor in the beginning. I didn't have anyone to look up to. The person that was considered my broker was definitely not a prime example of what a broker should be. So it was just a lot of deceitful elements in the beginning until I realized, okay, I got to rely on myself. I can't do anything. Like, no one else is going to do this thing for me. No one's really going to push it unless I pay them. I didn't have money to do that at that time. So I said, let me just try for now. And let me use my social media because that was my strength. That was my best tool in my tool belt. Let me just play with social media, see what happens with it. So that's when I started getting leads from social media. Myself, no one else gave me the leads. I didn't have a split with a team leader, anything of that sort. Like, these are my leads that I got from social media. My brand attracted that. I'll work with that for now until I can figure out how to get my exposure to another next level, get to the next threshold. Where more people will be attracted to me, more business will be coming my way for my Zillow because my reviews are good on there, because other people are talking about me, because the neighbor's house sold, which I helped, things like that.
Right.
I needed something in the beginning, so I relied on myself.
Was that where you really saw social media being one of your main tools to be successful when the leads started pouring in and you're like, I'm kind of onto something, let me put some gas on the fire, per se?
Yeah, definitely. It was, again, common sense. Like, if I see that I post one picture on social media and I get 20 likes, out of those 20 likes, I see 2 of them being like super supportive people that constantly like my stuff. Let me make sure I hold a good relationship with those 2 people right there. I'll message them. I'll like their stuff. I'll comment back. I'll follow them. I'll message them again, and I'll like their stuff the next day. Like, let me just stay in touch with those 2 people because those 2 people seem to like all my stuff. Until I know that one of them is going to reach out to me, say, hey, I have a buddy that's looking to sell, or I have my cousin's looking to buy. Can you help him out? For sure. Until that 20 likes becomes 40, and then metrics start to add up. All of a sudden, I got 3 supporters, I got 10, I got 30. So I realized, let me just build my community online, not followers. Screw followers. Fuck that. That's not my thing. Following is one thing. How to maintain them and retain them and build relationships with them is a whole nother. And at that point, when you do it that way, that's a community. That's not a follower. It's just a community. So my community is what I really, really hone in on. How can I build better relationships with them versus just people that are randomly following just because, I heard some guy is doing the right thing, or I heard this person because of my friend. I don't know. My community is what I cherish and I nurture so much. I treasure them.
That makes sense. Those are the people that are probably going to reach out to you or refer you or something. People that are just following you, they're just following you. They're just,
for sure.
They give you a like here and there or whatever the case may be. But the people that you're engaging with are probably going to be the people that, when the time comes to either buy, sell, or they have a referral to give, they're probably going to reach out.
Exactly. That's what we can all hope for as real estate professionals. We hope to have such an influence in our community, in our local area, whether you're online or offline. It's all about having an influence at the end of the day, right? If you're going to be the old traditional realtor, having your billboards, having the bus stop signs and all that stuff, if that's the way that you do it, all right, what is your goal at the end of the day? Probably to get some sort of influence and exposure, right? This is branding. So if that's the case, why not just take that same concept and just throw it into social media? Do the same thing, build a community that way. And this is what most real estate professionals are not understanding. I don't know why. It's 2021 now. I figured hopefully by now they would understand that social media is honestly the thing, the place to be. And some people are just not getting it, and it's not clicking. So if that's the case, for those that are understanding what social media is and how powerful it is, get on there, be on there, and make sure you expose the hell out of yourself, because right now, more than ever before, is the most easiest, most cost-efficient way to expose yourself to the masses for free.
Yeah, it's so true. And I try to tell people, it's like, even if you put out bad content, it's better than putting out no content. Everyone's so, oh, I got to take this video 4 times. I still didn't like it, so I didn't post it. Who gives a shit? Just post it. Like, people are going to like it. They're going to see you for you, and that's all that kind of matters at the end of the day. Nobody needs it to be scripted. Just post, and don't be scared that it looks like shit. You're going to get 100 likes on one photo or 1,000 likes on the next, or one's a total bust. It is what it is. But in the beginning, you got to start sometime, and it's better just to get yourself out there.
That's it. Get out there as much as you can. Just post. People, all of us realtors say always be closing, right? I say always be posting. You don't know who's watching. You don't know who knows who. You don't know who knows what. You don't know who's watching. You really don't. Gary Vee could possibly be watching this podcast. You don't know. He might stumble upon this and he might see Josh Handler. Who the hell is this guy? Why is he even a white shirt? Why does he have a mic on? Why is he all cool? Why does he have this podcast? That's pretty cool. I'm going to reach out to this kid. You don't know that. And if that opportunity happens and then he brings you onto a podcast just because he sees your interesting concept here, and then he's going to take that and bring you to his masses. Again, you don't know who's watching. You don't know what opportunities can arise. You don't.
And honestly, that is the main reason why I started the podcast in the first place, because even if I don't care if one person never listened to this podcast. Luckily, we have people that actually tune in and listen. But I literally almost do it for myself, because the people that I'm able to have on, people like yourself, that if I didn't have a podcast, I'm not reaching out, hey, Ed, how you doing today, for the most part, and building some type of rapport and then possibly learning something from you. I learned something from every single person that I have on the podcast. And I'm able to then implement that into my own business and then into my team, and being like, hey, this is what I learned. So I almost use it as, it's like a learning tool for myself, but it's like the segment to be able to reach out to these people, because now you almost have that reason. Hey, you looking to come on? Would you be a guest? So now it's almost, I have a reason to reach out, and now I learned something from it, and it just betters myself and our business. So that's the reason why I really like it, regardless if somebody watches it or not. But when some people actually reach out, then people reach out, hey, I have a podcast also. Would you come on ours and can we interview you? And then you get that back and forth, and you're just opening up more doors.
Beautiful thing, ain't it?
It really is. So back to the social media, I wrote down a couple of questions I wanted to make sure I hit. So when you started doing social media, obviously just previously you were touching on, if you saw 20 people liked your photo and 2 people were commenting on every photo, you would reach out to them through whatever, direct message or DM, whatever. You would maybe like their photo, follow them, so you kind of build that almost like online rapport with them. Now you kind of got something going. Was that something that you did pretty much every day? Because I know it's almost like a full-time job, social media. So was that something that you were constantly doing on a daily basis to start growing your presence in the beginning? Because obviously everybody starts at 0 at one point. So what were you doing in the beginning to really get you, that first couple up to, let's say, 5,000 followers, in the beginning?
It was a lot. Again, I'm a very common sense, logical kind of a guy. If I give, I should probably get, right? what goes around comes around. Like, okay, so if I want engagement, I got to engage. If I want a follower, I have to follow. If I want to comment, I have to comment. If I want to like, if I want to DM, I have to do it first, unless someone else does it first, right? Like, you reached out to me, I love that. I'm gonna make sure to engage. If I don't know someone, I'll reach out to them and they'll get engaged back. This is how conversations start, right? We go up to a girl at the bar. I mean, most of the time I don't know, unless she's very confident, she's going to start the conversation. I don't know. It's usually the guy, right? We come up, hey, what's going on? Let's talk, let's converse. But that relationship that could be is not going to happen unless you don't do something about it. So, like, let me walk up to you and say, what's up, Josh? How you doing, man? How can I help you out? I see you have a podcast. That's pretty cool. Can I come on? No, I'm not there yet. That's fine. I have a buddy. He's ready to come onto your podcast. Cool guy. I think he can bring you value. Like, we don't know. And because of that, you'll be like, Ed, thanks for bringing him on. You know what? He was awesome. Let's bring you on. And now all of a sudden, we get on this podcast again. You don't know who's watching, right? But what I do want to show you, if I can find my phone, is this is what I did in the beginning. Anytime that I received a follower or maybe a comment or a like, whatever it may be, right? Like, I got a few followers. Let's just see this person, this Brenda gal, right? Brand Strategist. I don't follow her, as you can see, right? I don't know who she is, but her name is Brenda, and she's in Jersey. So what I usually do is I'll just go ahead. I'll pull up the DMs, which again, you see that I've never messaged her before. And what I do is this. I pull up the phone, I'll go ahead and I'll film a video. And I'll say, hey, what's up, Brenda? Thank you so much for your follow. I appreciate the love and support. If there's anything that I can do to help you out with Instagram, social media, personal branding, or real estate, let me know. I'm your guy. Talk soon. And I'll just go ahead and I'll send that to her, and that's that. Right? And this is what I do with anyone that follows, anyone that likes, anyone that comments. And all of a sudden, what is she going to do? It's a video. First of all, she's going to say, who the hell is this guy? Why is he sending me a video? She's going to say, oh, okay, well, let me check it out. And then she's going to hear a few specific things. She's going to see. She's going to hear that I said, hey, Brenda. Right? Hey, Brenda, thanks for the love and support. I appreciate the follow. Right? If there's anything I can do to help you out, like if she hears this stuff, I'm trying to provide value to her. I'm saying her name. I'm very personable. I'm sending her a video, which is very different and unique. So, like, I just threw 4 unique factors at her. There's no freaking way she's not going to respond back. Like, she has to. She has to. And she'll probably respond. And I'll let you know throughout this podcast if she does.
So you're pretty much doing that with, like, pretty much anybody that gives you a follow?
I do my absolute best to do so, but sometimes it does get overwhelming when 20 come in a day, and I'm just like I want to make sure I reach out to them and build that connetion, but it gets tiring. When I do events, that's the toughest. So when I have an event, when I do an event,
people won't shop.
Yeah, because like I'll do an event for an hour, for example. Like next week I'm going to Arizona, to Tucson, and I'm going to be speaking in front of Tucson Association of Realtors. I understand I'm going to be speaking for an hour, and then I'm giving myself another hour afterwards to go and respond to any new follower that comes from it. So I plan myself out for 2 hours, right? An hour for speaking, another 20 minutes or so for talking afterwards with people, and then another 40 minutes to engage with everyone that just followed me. Just be like, hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you coming out today. Stuff like that. Like, this is what I do with all my events, whether they're virtual, in person. I like to make sure that I'm portraying myself as a different real estate agent, but also entity, but also personal brand for people to remember me. Like, that's that guy that went out of his way to message me personally, remember where I'm from, remember what my job and that's that guy. Like show me another example. It's very rare for someone else to go out of their way to go and engage with someone like that. And that's what I feel like is going to have more of a retention rate, is I'm going to retain that person as a follower, as a lifetime relationship. And I don't know what is going to happen 5 years from now.
I don't hear many people that do that. And obviously, I'm going to assume that's part of one of the main reasons why you're successful in that area, because you separate yourself from the average person that either sends the same text message that they have copy and pasted and they just shoot it in there.
That's right.
You're making that you're not sending the same video over and over. You're making it personalized with their name, etc. So they feel it was a direct message to them. It wasn't something that you had stored in your phone that you just copy and paste in there. They're getting that one-on-one engagement almost. So they feel like they're wanted home and they want to reach back out.
That's it. I had some person reach out to me the other day. And he was like, was that a canned message? Was that automated? And I responded right back. I'm like, boy, does this look automated? I'm like, I'm here with you. What's up? How can I help you, man? He was laughing. I'm like, no, I don't do automated. That's not my gig. I used to do it back way back, like in 2015, when automations was like a brand new thing and no one knew what automations were. So that's when I did it. But then I realized, it wasn't personable. And now we all get those automated text messages or those automated videos saying, hey, what's up? I see you're in real estate.
Yeah.
Piss off. So don't bother me, dude.
Nobody even wants, they know it's a fake message right away. You're never getting like a response. You're like, all right, done. Like next.
Yes, people are smart. People are picking up on these things nowadays. Marketing and branding and advertising is getting advanced day by day. People are understanding that. So you got to be unique about it. And I feel like personality, just being personable, being authentic, being real, I don't think that's ever going to go out of trend, out of style.
You can never take that away. That's always going to be top.
Yeah, that's different. I like that stuff.
So for people that are, have 5,000 followers or 3,000 followers, and they're trying to get to that 10,000, milestone mark per se. I know Instagram keeps changing their algorithms on things you're supposed to be doing to get the most engagement or the most likes or the most whatever it is these days. What are the top things that, a realtor should be doing, or even if they're just not a realtor and they're just looking to grow their brand on social media, what are you supposed to be doing these days with algorithms?
Try to post between 3 to 5 times a day on your Instagram story. Try to post 3 to 5 times a week on your Instagram timeline on that. And just continue to post. It's just continuing to post and engage with people. This is the most, again, logical way to go about getting exposure. If you're not posting yourself and not throwing content out there, how are people supposed to be aware of you? That one piece of content that you spent hours on, that you spent 3 hours on filming and editing and putting love into it, and just, oh my God, this is the best video ever. Yeah, it's significant to you, but becomes so insignificant the very second someone sees it and moves on with their life. You got to keep on going. That 3-hour video, that's one piece of content. Do not give up on that. Don't say, I just spent all my time and my love on this one video. I'm done for the week.
Right.
That's where you lose. That's where you lose or begin to lose because you're inconsistent at that point. Instead, like you said in the very beginning of this chat, is that post, throw something out there. It's better to post versus not post. Just throw something out there and be consistent with your message. Make sure people are aware, and repetition is so key. You got to make sure people know, I'm in real estate. I'm in real estate. I'm a family person. I love my family. I love vacations. I love cars. I love real estate. I love my family. I love real estate. Like, be annoying with that shit. And be annoying with it till the point people are like, okay, I think this person likes cars and real estate. I think, right? And this is how people remember you, because the next post, let me guess, it's a car. Oh nope, it's real estate. No, I should have guessed. Next car, there it is. Like, make people aware of what kind of person you are. What's your personal brand about? If you're a family person and then you love flowers and you love cooking and you love markers and you love collections and stamps and this and real estate, like, what the hell are you, dude? Like, Jesus Christ, you're confusing me. I don't know what's to come and I don't know who you are. So don't confuse your audience. You're not at a point where you can. People like Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt, these people can do whatever the hell they want. They can start selling chairs, for crying out loud, and they'll probably do very well because they have that personal brand.
Right.
Real estate agents are not there yet. Take it easy, take it slow, but make sure you repeat yourself. Make sure people remember who you are, what you do, what it is that you love, and they'll eventually catch on to it. And then they think real estate, they'll think of you because you posted 13 times a week. Like, they're gonna remember. Oh, okay, well, I know Jane is into real estate. I'm gonna reach out to her. Jane, long time no chat. Are you still selling real estate by any chance? Oh, you are. Okay, could you help me?
Well, they say the first person, the seller or someone that's going to sell their home, the first realtor they think of, they end up going with that person 70% of the time.
That's it.
So you definitely want to be on top of mind.
That's it. Top of mind. Top of mind association.
Yeah. So with your posting, do you believe that posting more on your story these days is better than regular posting on your feed? And
it's more authentic.
Stories and reels? per se,
Yeah,
like getting you more engagement?
posting on Instagram story is just more authentic. It's behind the scenes. People enjoy behind the scenes. You know, the first time that I saw a celebrity post the Instagram story and show their house, I was blown away. I'm like, media does not show this, but you yourself just showed it. That's so cool. You just showed your family and the interior, and you showed your bedroom. That's so sick. Like, if people show that, I don't think people will show that on an Instagram post. They show that on Instagram story. It's quick. It disappears in 24 hours. Like, it's ephemeral. It's gonna go away. So people are just watching this stuff because they like the authentic side of people. So I feel like the Instagram story shows a lot more authenticity than an Instagram post does. Instagram posts are filtered or edited, take a lot of time to make sure that they're pretty for camera, while Instagram story is just, let me just whip this thing out and just go at it. What's up, guys? I'm here with Josh, and boom, in the zone, in the moment. So I personally love the Instagram story for sure.
Well, yeah, no, I was told that you get more engagement and you have a better chance at growing right now with their algorithms between your stories and more importantly the reels. Supposedly are like the new thing, but the posting every day is great, but to get more faster, they're saying the reels and the stories are what's going to get you there.
4 to 6 times a week on your reels. If you can post 4 to 6 reels a week, you are hitting the algorithm.
So you have to post 4 to 6 reels a week to hit their number.
Yep.
I hear the reels are just taking over, and I guess they're trying to compete with the TikToks, right? Yep.
That's it.
So it makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get away from a little bit of the coaching aspect of social media, as much as I'm super into it, because that's really what I've been trying to grow a presence on. And it's, I started with 400 followers, and we've never bought a single one, and we're at like 2,600 now. But we're trying to just grow as organic as possible. And people are now reaching out that at an open house or waiting on an open house line, or even that when we cold call sometimes now. I heard stories this week from Stacy, who actually just commented that reels are better than TikToks. On one of the cold calls that she did, one of the people that were looking to sell her, she goes, "Oh, I already follow Josh. You don't need to pitch him. Like, I was going to call him regardless." And I was like, I don't even know who these people, you don't even know who these people are. So when you actually hear that, you're like, wow, this shit actually kind of works. And you don't realize how powerful it can be the bigger you can make it.
Again, you don't know who's watching.
You never know who's watching, which is absolutely, it's you don't think of it until it actually happens, how it really is like going on. I mean, obviously you're on a totally different scale, but for me, I'm like, shit, this is awesome.
Hey, listen, it's awesome for me too. Don't get me wrong. I still love that stuff. When it happens and someone reaches out and says, Ed, I heard about you, this and that. Could you help me out? Yes, I love it. Let's go.
Yeah. So I know you just recently, or a couple months ago, I would say, because I was just following you around a little bit. You just switched brokerages, right?
I did.
So my question is, what made you pull the trigger on switching your brokerage? Because for me, I always tell everybody it's not the broker that makes the realtor anymore. I feel that any brokerage these days, I honestly feel they do not offer enough to a realtor that's just starting out, a realtor that's up and running and looking to grow bigger. I think they don't literally give the realtor enough, and I think the brokerage models are so broken that's why so many people jump from a different broker to another broker for some underlying reason maybe. But what made you I guess two-part question, what made you leave your brokerage to the new brokers, and then what's your take on brokerages as a whole these days?
So the first part, in my 5 years of being in real estate, I've switched real estate brokerages now 5 times. 5 years, 5 times. Went from Berkshire Hathaway to another little mom and pop shop. Was there for a year. Went to another Remax. Went to another Remax, and recently I just left my last Remax to now join Real. So Real is a very virtual concept, just similar to what EXP is, but it's not EXP. And yes, you can grow a team. You can grow a team worldwide. If you bring someone on board, you get a cut from their sales, all this fun jazz, which is nice. And it got me to thinking that this is a much better opportunity that is being offered right now, COVID days, where you're stuck behind a screen in your own house anyway, not paying brokerage fees, which sucked at Remax because I was still paying a lot of fees while I was indoors. in my house, quarantining, and I was still paying these fees, and it was just bothering me. And there was no really solid help. There was no mentorship. There was no guidance. As much as I was paying, I wasn't really receiving that much. Until again, I received a new opportunity, and that's what really intrigued me, is a new opportunity that can help me build my future, not just for tomorrow, but like 20 years from now. And I'm 27. I'm thinking about my future, and no other agency is offering to help my 20-year vision right now. So Real offered that, and I like that. Again, I'm an early adapter. I enjoy adapting to early concepts, and Real was one of them. So again, I joined Real not too long ago, about 3 months ago. But in terms of my idea of brokerages now, if there's a brokerage that I don't think brokerages are leaving anytime soon. I don't. I think brokerages are going to adapt. They are going to adapt, the good ones, right? Adapt or die is how I look at it. You adapt to what works, or you die. So I think brokerages will survive to a degree. It will just be evolved in a different way. Like no one saw what taxis were going to become with Uber, or what Airbnb was going to become with hotels. We don't know what's to come with real estate, but I think real estate agents will not die. I always think you need that personality, you need that personal touch, you need someone to guide you through the process, because there are emotions which computers will never understand. I don't think there's emotions. There's mental emotions to this. There's you have to become a therapist. You have to help out. You have to explain things. You have to be a contractor. You have to be so many different things, and I just don't think that could be done automatically or online. Do people do it? Sure. Yeah, there's some tech savvy people, but I think 95% of people will not do something like that. So I think brokerages will live. They just got to adapt.
Yeah, I definitely feel that almost they need like to be a hybrid between like the standard brick and mortar and the and the cloud-based like Real and the EXPs of the world. If someone can collaborate and kind of make a mixture of both of them, I think could be super successful, because there's always going to be those people that want to come into a physical building. They want to sit in an office. They don't like working from home, or they can't because they can't focus, or they just need to get out of the house and they want to be able to meet a client in a conference room and not Starbucks or whatever the case may be. But I feel the stuff that they offer, they really need to start changing with the times. And, they have to invest some money into their agents instead of keep raising the percentages they can give their agents, because that's the only thing that they can use to keep their agents happy. If they were offering things to them, rather it be green screens and ways to use stuff for social media, whatever the case may be, it'll keep them there longer, I feel, because now they have a reason that, okay, I'm paying this 10, 20%, 30%, whatever they're paying their brokers, but at least I'm getting some value for it, rather than you're getting nothing. Why am I going to keep paying this? I'll go to somewhere else and pay $800, per transaction.
That's it. You gotta adapt. The good ones will adapt.
Now, are you one-man show? Do you have a team of anything of that nature?
I do. I have a team. I have about 8 of us, including myself, that are realtors. So they are part of my team. We're called the Orbis Group. Orbis in Latin means compass. So of course we're guiding you home. So we are the Orbis Group at Real. And I also have my team that helps me out with my personal brand. So my Ed Stulak brand, helping me with, podcasts and interviews and shows and sponsorships. So I have my assistants as well. I have my photographers for content-wise, my videographers for my coaching side of things, because I have my coaching program where I teach real estate agents about Instagram and teach them all these algorithms, like why you should be posting 4 Instagram reels a week, stuff like that. So that's called IGRE, in the gram for real estate. So I have my team for a few different things. I got my IGRE team, my Ed Stulak team, and my real estate team.
So you got a lot of shit going on.
Too much. And I'm writing a book, so I have my partner for that. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Do you see yourself these days more geared towards the Instagram teaching and coaching? Because I know that's what you said is your true passion, and having your team, and you're obviously you're involved, but your team is more focusing on the real estate with you involved, and then your main focus being like the social media aspect and the coaching aspect.
In a sense, right now it's let's say 75% real estate, and then there's that 25% for the coaching side of things. So I have a very limited amount of students that I have for my coaching, and I also have my program, my course, masterclass, you want to call it. So I have people that are part of that, but I don't have too many, just because I understand where the real money is coming in right now and what the true vision is for the future. Joining a concept like Real allows me to help my future. I need to focus on building that right now. So I built up my coaching. Anyone who wants to be a part of it reaches out to me, and if I got room, I'll do it. But that side of things is limited at this time. So I'm doing events, I'm doing trainings, I'll do things like that. But then I have my real estate, which I still focus on. I have 100. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I just picked up a 180 unit building because of
That's
Instagram.
incredible.
Because of Instagram. Instagram
That's
is
your biggest. That's your biggest. I'm gonna assume biggest deal.
biggest project right now for sure. So that's what really forced me to build a team as well, because I was a one-man show for a little bit. And then around September of last year, I said, I got this building. I can't do it by myself. It's way too much. I need a team. So that's what really pushed me to focus on growing a team. So that's what I did. But that building, I'm there all the time. You know, going there today to focus on the team, training the team, helping them out with buyers and sellers, helping them with the renters that are there right now. There's like so much going on. So I know a lot of my time right now needs to be put into real estate. So again, I can focus on building the future properly. So I make sure that I, calculate my my moves properly.
Yeah, I mean, 180 unit. That's an incredible project.
A lot.
Yeah, and they found you directly off in social media.
Instagram. Got a DM.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That makes it all worth it right there. All the hard work, that one deal.
Exactly. For the last 10 years I've been working. I got an opportunity like that. So that was really cool. But I just closed just under 1,900,000 exactly back in March, just off of Instagram. There was a seller that reached out to me, wants to sell, wants to buy. Helped her with both, 900K in volume, just off of Instagram. So like, is it worth it? Yeah, it is. I posted a 14, 16 second TikTok about 3 weeks ago, and was not thinking anything would happen from it. I was just like, this is funny. Let me just post it up. Got 500,000 views. What the hell? Like 500,000 views. One person reached out to me. Her name is Maria. Maria reaches out to me on Instagram. I saw your video. It was hilarious. I'm looking with my boyfriend right now to buy a $500,000 house in Manalapan, New Jersey. Can you help me? Yeah. Yeah, I can. What's up?
Yeah, that's awesome. How is, we'll end it with these last questions. How is the New Jersey market? I know on Long Island it's absolutely there's no inventory. There's 1 million buyers. We're getting 30 offers plus every property. 5 to 10% over asking is like the average now. What are you seeing out there? Is it the same stuff?
Same stuff. I just sold one of my listings. Just closed it yesterday morning. We listed it for $739, and my clients wanted $780. I was saying, guys, the last comp sold for $721. Like, you're lucky I'm going $739. You're asking for way too much. And we got $810. I don't know how, but we got that out of 23 offers. So that's just one example out of many, many more that I can tell you. So yeah, New Jersey is still insane, because what I'm realizing is New Jersey, right? This is my vision here. This is what I'm perceiving USA, or at least East Coast of USA becoming. New York is scrolling down to Jersey, because New York money to Jersey is nothing. Jersey has no comparison to New York money. So New Jersey says, screw this, we're going down south. So they go to Carolina. New Jersey money to Carolinas are not comparable. So Carolina's like, we can't compete with Jersey money, so screw that. We're going Midwest. So now they're scrolling, but I'm seeing everyone kind of maneuvering and going down or going west. And it's interesting to see that everything is being kind of pushed down from what I'm seeing, because I'm either working with a seller that is looking to move over to Montana, looking to move to Carolina or Florida. Then I'm seeing people, New Yorkers, coming to Jersey, and every buyer I work with is a New Yorker. Jesus Christ,
Yeah, it's wild.
Times.
So if people want, to hear more about you, where can they follow you? YouTube, wherever you are, where's the best places to follow along?
Instagram is definitely number one. I'm on TikTok. I have fun on TikTok, so shoot me a follow on there too, and have a fun laugh, because everything I post on TikTok, I try to just make someone laugh. I like to entertain, so that's all my TikTok is about. But yeah, I'm everywhere. Ed Stulak, you search me, I'm probably there. Only place I'm not is OnlyFans, Pinterest, and MySpace anymore. I let go of those.
Oh, you want to give OnlyFans a go?
I don't do that. I said, I threw a coin up and it landed on head. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to do it.
Well, again, I just want to say thanks for coming on and taking the time. Incredible what you're doing. I'm very into the whole social media aspect. So, thanks for, doing what you do, because it gives us some, some good ideas as well. So, thanks again for taking the time and coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. And of course, thanks for the exposure to your community. So I appreciate the love.
No, absolutely. All right, guys. So that's a wrap for today's podcast. If you're looking on Long Island and you want to buy or sell, give me a call, 516-732-6398. Again, any questions, concerns, anything real estate related, reach out. And if you're in New Jersey, you're looking to make a move, give my man Ed a call. He'd be more than happy to help. Give him a follow and reach out anytime. Thanks again.